much and welcome everybody. And of course the Little League World Series now moves over to Lombardy and the excitement is real high. This is Shutdown Saturday. It is Elimination Day and nobody wants to have their summer come to an end. It is a showdown of teams that just barely lost and now they try to survive.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
We said remember the name, Kenley Rasmus.
Gone, that matches the Monet Davis record.
Where do you wanna go? Where it's covering all the golden lights.
13 strikeouts. It's up the middle that gets through.
They are coming out swinging.
This one's got carry. That's gone. Anthony Sullivan over everything. Yeah, a little Sully burger in there with a big fly the other night as we welcome you to our coverage of the Little League World Series. It is presented by T-Mobile. Now, a little cloudy here, but the temperature in the 70s in an ideal situation to sit on a hill and watch two games unfold here at Lombardy. Many of those folks that were down there at Volunteer will make their way up to watch the United States showdown between Hamilton, Ohio and Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Earlier today, Canada. How about this fly from Shaw Osaka, who waved it goodbye, and then they turned it over to their pitcher, Felix Hoyano, who allowed a leadoff single and then retired 17 dudes in a row. And they take care of Australia. It is the 8th consecutive Little League World Series that they lost their first game, Canada, and won their second. And now all four of the teams on your left, they need to win to stay alive. They will play on Monday, the winner, against either Texas or Pennsylvania. Let's focus on our game here, Ohio and Massachusetts. Jess Sims joins us in a moment. Our buddy Chris Burke is here. We've seen this team, of course, from Ohio 6 times now. Now, the name on the front won't change, but the names on the back do. And in the year of 2026, it's Treadway who stands out.
Yeah, Boone Treadway, one of the most unique stars we have here in Williamsport. He started game 1. He pitched them here by winning the regional final. He typically plays shortstop, but today he's taken on the task of being their catcher. You love a guy that's unselfish, willing to do whatever he needs to do for the team. A very multi-dimensional type of player.
Yeah, so what is it, Jess? What's going on with this team? Why are they winning so much?
Ravi, there's something in the OH 2-0 because this is Westside Little League's 6th appearance here at the World Series, the most in the entire country, all right? It could be because their tap water in Hamilton has been named, the best drinking water in the country, bottled up right here, or it could be the experience of their coaches. Manager Tim Nichtine and Coach Ken Coomer have a combined 75 years experience, and their third coach, Chris Hilton, played for Nichtine in the 1991 World Series right here. Hilton now gets to coach his son, Zach, who told me pre-game that his dad gets all the credit. He taught him to always have positivity and never give up.
I see what Jess did there. She went OHIO to OH2O for the water. All right, meantime, on the other side, this guy just launches.
Ravi, they call him Baby Gronk, and I'm picturing Gronk at 12 years old. It probably would look like Anthony Sullivan. All he does is hit extra base hits. He had 3 hits in the regional. They were all extra base hits. And then against maybe the star of the Little League World Series so far, Mason Rincon, he hits one way out to straightaway center field. Gronk's flexing around the bases. They're hoping he gets into another one here this afternoon.
Well, Gronk certainly knows what championships taste like, and Massachusetts hopes they still have a chance to taste the title. Ohio, they've been here before. They're trying to leave with a victory today and even more. Our first pitch with Jess Sims, OH2O, and Chris Burke comes up when we come back.
You can see them everywhere, across every face that made it here.
3 mile and my body go. Life's too short, are you with me?
Because the biggest smiles belong to the ones who know how special this is.
The game is over!
They're the reason everyone came.
They sure are, man. It's always about the kids. It's about their teammates. It's about their coaches. It's about their towns. Hamilton, Ohio knows all about the Little League World Series. Bridgewater, Mass. Welcome to the party. And now each team trying to prolong this party by getting a victory here. Elimination day today. The big leaguers show up tomorrow, so these kids will live out a dream, getting a chance to mingle with some of the major leaguers from Atlanta and Milwaukee. Let's meet the kids before they come to the plate from Hamilton.
My name is Walker Osborne, and my favorite animal is a parrot.
My name is Preston Williams, and my favorite athlete is Jamar Chase.
My name is Leo Feltner, and my favorite hobby is fishing.
My name is Zach Hilton, and my favorite dessert is Oreo dirt cake.
My name is Xander Kincaid, and my favorite artist is Drake.
My name is Hudson Von der Eide, and my favorite food is cheeseburgers.
My name is Ben Treadway, and my favorite hobby is collecting baseball cards.
My name is Bobby Frazier, and my favorite artist is John Party.
My name is Finn Dykes, and my favorite actor is Chris Pratt.
My name is Caden Trent, and my favorite school subject is science. My name is Jack McAdams, and my favorite player is Shohei Ohtani.
My name is Josiah Infante, and my favorite actor is Tom Holland.
Heartbreaking loss for the Little Leaguers from Hamilton, Ohio. They led Nevada 5-2 in the bottom of the fourth. They got 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 1 more in the sixth. They pushed all the chips in trying to win that game, and they just were unable to pull it off. But this is the lineup of 12 that they will throw out there today.
And it's a good offense, an offense that showed a whole bunch of power in regional play as they hit 13 extra base hits, including 4 home runs. So especially those top 5 hitters, you got to be very, very careful for. And Luke Schlattz will be the one who gets the opportunity to try to pitch to this talented Ohio team. An all-around athlete, plays quarterback, plays lacrosse, used to play shortstop, catches when he doesn't pitch. So typically a strike thrower, had some trouble with command in the regionals, but this is a pitching staff, Ravi, that is very stingy. Only gave up 4 hits and 1 run in the regionals and just 2 the other night. So an excellent pitching staff here from Massachusetts.
Luke looks locked in. Meantime, the first guy he's going to face is Boone Treadway, who's got an older brother, Brooks. And as he said, I get to see my team better than his because I made it to the World Series. So you got Brooks, who's 19. You got our guy who is 12 in Boone. And then, of course, you got the dad who's responsible for growth, and that's Brian Treadway.
And he likes to stand out beyond the fence, kind of typically in right center. I don't know if that's an approach thing. Just tell Boone, hey, look, hit it right to me.
Hit it where I am, yeah.
Yes, but he's usually in all black. We saw this in the regionals as well. So he's consistent, standing out there beyond the right center field wall.
A little bit more of a breeze today, Berkey, than we've seen over the first 4 days here. It's kind of coming in from right field.
Should help a ball hit from the left center gap to the line, I think.
Looks like we're going to line up with a more conventional defense than we saw last night. Left fielder is playing straightaway left, and Tristan Lee. Moore in center. Mombalor, who is the great starting pitcher, is in right. And here comes Luke Schlattz for his pitch, and he plants it right in the glove of Callan Goodwin, and it is 0-1. So they have Cam Hutchinson playing shortstop today. Eamon Hines is at second. Things get moved around the deeper you get into this tournament, and that's another one that's in there. And just like that, Boone Treadway is behind 0-2.
Oh, that's the strikes they want to see from Mr. Schlattz.
Defense has got to be on their toes a little bit. We expect to see a lot of balls in play today. And there's one to third, fielded cleanly, McGough. Nice play. That was hard hit off the bat of Treadway. And there's one down.
That was not an easy play. And McGough chose to get in front of it. You see here a ball hit to his left. He gets in front of it, stays down, uses that throwing hand to secure the catch, and then a bullet across the diamond. Oh, a little tip of the cap. You love to see it from your pitcher.
Of course you do. I love that, and I love the fact that we may see some more action today on the field. Xander Kincaid is the left fielder. Schlattz 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Just off.
Kincaid, one of these first timers here for the Ohio club and one of the best athletes on this team. Put on a show in the regional going 6 for 9 with a couple long ones. Super twitchy, athletic kid. He hits a ball in the gap. He's probably getting 3.
There are the numbers that Berkey talked about. Berkey saw the regional as well.
Yeah, he was hitting 5th in Whitestown, and it makes more sense.
I like the adjustment.
Yes. Put him in the 2-hole.
When warm, let's move him up. He likes his water in Hamilton. One thing he acknowledges he doesn't like, coleslaw. Not sure how we distinguish that. Maybe a texture thing.
Hey, any pass ball, you're going all right. Any pass ball.
So fascinating the way that Schlatt started off Treadway with 3 pitches, all for strikes, and now he backs that up with a 4-pitch walk.
None particularly close either,
Nope.
which was, yeah, odd for sure.
Now they'll try to roll the double play against Bryson Williams, the 12-year-old out of Crossroads Middle School in the 7th grade coming up. And that is just a little bit low, close. Love a multi-sport athlete, football and basketball. He'll bury some Mike and Ice before each game. That one misses on the inside. So Schlatt is right around the plate, but not getting the calls. It's 2-0.
I'd stay patient here if I was Bryson Williams.
There's one. Of course, no straight stealing in Little League. You can only come off the bag at first, second, or third once the ball crosses home plate on a 2-1. A little bit down, 3-1. The field size is 46 feet away on the mound, so it gets on you quickly. 60 feet for the base pass. And a 3-1. You're gonna have to get some of those, or it's gonna be a long day for Luke Schlatt. Back-to-back walks here. 8 of his last 9 pitches have been balls. Just a review of what you're on home watching, and we're grateful for that. Little League rules. 20 teams started this event. We're starting to peel a few away. 10 on both sides. 10 to 12-year-old kids, most of them 12. All roster players bat in a continuous order, so all 12 before we get back to the top. Zaya Infante, big swing there. It is 0-1. And this is a big swing because that is a big 12-year-old.
6 foot 185. Yeah, that's a 6'1". We're going to bump it up to 6'1". That's a large individual who loved they gave him the green light there.
He'll be on the mound today. So again, 46 feet away, 6 feet. If we're going to go extension, he might be able to place it into his catcher's glove.
Just
flick it.
Yes.
One and two, he went up top a little bit there.
The Ohio coaches didn't come up with what I consider to be the most original nickname. They just call him the big boy. It's fair.
It fits.
Yes.
1-2 breaking ball. Boy, there was his best breaking ball, and a good job by the big boy to foul it off.
Yeah, you could tell he was uncomfortable there. A little front door bender that just froze him up. A nice emergency hack to stay alive.
Schlatt's looking for a hard hit ground ball, maybe spin a double play. Josiah will play football and basketball, and he'll hop on a 4-wheeler when he's got time. 1-2, end of the bat, and it spins foul instead of coming back into fair play.
And you got a couple pitches to play with here. I would keep trying to see if you can get him out in front with that breaking ball. Really no reason in a 1-2 count to throw it for a strike.
So Berkey, you got 5'1" on the mound, 6'1" at the plate.
Isn't it great?
It is great. On the ground to third, step, throw high, and that could be a mistake. Coming to second, now held there, and they got him at second base, and he is out before any run scores. Boy, Josiah decided to try to go to second on the overthrow from McGuff. Meantime, Xander Kincaid got hung up between third and home.
Wow, it looked like this play was going to end up costing Massachusetts. Instead, it gets him off the field. You see the force out at third, the errant throw, but Infante decides to take the extra base. He's out by a mile, and Massachusetts gets off the field without a run.
Well, a big double play there, started by the third baseman. Mombler made a great play as a backup. And now it's Massachusetts, the New England region champ, coming to the plate for the first time. Let's meet the kids.
My name is Luke Schatz, and my favorite artist is Katy Perry.
My name is Jackson Morin, and my favorite food is steak.
My name is JJ Gaff. My favorite team is the Yankees.
My name is Calvin McGough, and my favorite player is Mookie Betts. My name is Eamon Hides, and my favorite food is tuna sushi.
My name is Cameron Hutchinson, and my favorite movie is The Grinch.
My name is Dominic Mumbler, and my favorite athlete is Saquon Barkley.
My name is Callan Goodwin, and my favorite artist is Elle Langley. My name is Judy Simone, and my favorite food is oxtail.
My name is Anthony Sullivan, and my favorite player is Ronald Acuna Jr.
My name is Tristan Lee, and my favorite actor is Michael B. Jordan.
My name is RJ Zackerson, and my favorite team is the Boston Red Sox.
So after this game, whoever wins will need to win 4 games in 4 days to reach the United States title game. Massachusetts, of course, lost their opener in a heartbreaking fashion when Mason Rincon walked it off in the 6th inning, part of our opening night fireworks. These are the guys that they'll send to the plate, with Morin leading things off, followed by Schatz and then Mumbler. That was an opportunity. We keep going back to first innings and how either a team scores, they have men on and can't score, and that seems to dictate a lot of the way the game unfolds.
Yeah, and it's interesting, too, because Josiah Infante, today's starting pitcher, the big boy, was right in the middle of the play, and you just wonder how quickly he can move on from a play that really had a lot of highs and lows. Right here, you're thinking maybe it's an inning-to-inning double play. Then all of a sudden you're thinking maybe here's a chance to score. And Ken Coomer, I think he's talking to the runner coming around third. Infante thinks he's talking to him. He goes to second. Mumbler throws him out by 5 feet, and what looked like a good break turns out to be an inning ender.
How about Mumbler barehanding it as a right fielder out there and firing a strike?
But didn't overthrow it, right?
No.
Sometimes when you got a big arm, you try to do too much. He just did a nice job playing catch.
All right, so you mentioned it. Let's see if Infante can shake that off and throw strikes, and he does there. A 70-mile-an-hour fastball to Jackson Morin, who is the center fielder, just a 5'1", 90-pounder. And we're letting it grow a little bit. Hasn't cut the lock since May. Breaking pitch just outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. You know, when you have a continuous batting order, the top hitters sometimes don't get a chance to bat, you know, a 3rd time. And as a result, when you have an opportunity to score, you really want to. It's 1-2.
No question. Yeah, you miss that opportunity at the top of the order to cash in. And it takes a while sometimes to get back to those guys. Certainly a missed opportunity there for Ohio.
A little down, 2-2. Jackson Morin. His grandfather was the creator of Bridgewater Little League, and his dad wears a memorial pin in honor of his grandfather. Fist bumps him before his first bat every game. It lets him know that Grandpa is with him every game. May not be a Little League without his grandfather. 2-2 and out of play.
Yeah, you'd love to see the lineage there. And the coaching staff just raves about Morin as we take a look at the spatula. How about that?
Love that. We're flipping something. Burgers, pancakes, we're flipping something.
The golden spatula. It sounds like a bad day at the plate, but it's actually
2-2 blooper, and it is caught by the shortstop Leo Feltner.
Guys, Jackson Morin's great-grandfather that you were just mentioning, he was on the board and he was the president, but he was also in the snack shack, which is why you just saw that golden spatula, because no one could do it better. He's left such, obviously, a huge legacy. The Bridgewater Little League complex was named after him, and Jackson also fist bumps a pin of him that his dad, who's coaching right now, Ryan, wears.
That's a great story. Here's Schatz, and everybody that's watching this and has either played Little League or is currently coaching or watching as a grandmother or grandfather, you know, if you're involved in Little League, you're doing a lot more than just the baseball stuff. And to his credit as a founder of the league, the idea that he's sitting there in the grill room and using that spatula comes as a surprise to absolutely nobody.
Look at that pin. How about that? And we get a little fist bump every time we go up.
Love that.
Yes.
Love that. Keeps the connection. The 0-2 to Schatz. Got a little heat behind that 72 miles an hour, but just down and away. And you can see if he's throwing strikes, there's some big-time promise in Josiah Infante on the mound.
Who looks to have turned the page nicely from the base running situation.
Good point. 10th pitch. On the ground, one hopper, and that's McAdams, and that's 2 quick outs. Both on the infield. One a high fly, the other one to the third baseman, Jack McAdams.
And that was some sort of off-speed pitch there from Infante. And you see McAdams getting his prep step, playing low. Love to see third baseman get low pre-pitch. They call it the hot corner for a reason. That ball get on you in a heartbeat. If you don't get down, that ball might be by you before you can react.
Good hitter here, best hitter on the team. It is Mombler, the right fielder, who made that terrific play defensively. They are shallow in left. That's Xander Kincaid, and still way off the line.
Plenty of room down the line.
The Dominator had a couple of deep ones. He's hit 8 over the summer, and this one is just lifted high, not out of the ballpark. Watch it. 2 collide out there, combine, and it looks like it's the center fielder, Williams, who's got the ball, though nobody has shown it yet. Who's got the ball? Bryson Williams, you got it? Yeah, he does. He just threw it onto the mound. This Little League Baseball World Series presented by T-Mobile. The Little League World Series hits different with T-Mobile. Somebody want to show us the ball? Hi, Berkey. Coming up, I'll look at what's gone on the United States side. But first, a reminder of what we still have today. Yes, Dominican Republic, always one of the better teams, but losing. So did Japan. Rare to see California, and certainly a team with Kinley Rasmussen coming out of the loser side. But you got 4 teams desperate. Japan, Dominican Republic, 5 Eastern Time, California, Alabama. Our storylines look like this. It's been really close up here at Lombardy. First 6 decided by 2 or fewer, a couple of walk-off wins. Rincon yard in back-to-back games, so he is homered in both. And flashes of the great Louis Lappy, who walked it off for California and El Segundo a couple of years ago. And yes, Cooper Tisson was crazy good. And by the way, so was Noah Kirk, and that last name familiar to baseball folks. He is the cousin of the great catcher Alejandro Kirk, DH. Got ourselves a good crowd, man. It is such a picture, and the place continues to be so special year in and year out as more and more get a chance to come to Central PA and watch a Little League World Series game in Williamsport. Schlotz is back on the mound, and the Great Lakes will send up Leo Feltner, the shortstop. He's an 11-year-old, and he plays a little bit older than that, Berkey. A lot of skill in this kid.
Yeah, he's kind of the next one. We talk about Boone Treadway being the guy this year. Leo Feltner will be the guy on this Ohio club next year that leads the way.
Roped. Watch it way over the head of the left fielder, Tristan Lee. He will pick it up, and Feltner, an absolute missile that had no chance to land in the glove of Lee. And I don't think Lee catches it, even if he gets a jump going the other way.
No, I'm with you, Rav. He takes a very narrow route to this ball, a real shallow angle, and I don't think it matters because he just compresses this ball, a heater up in the zone that he really takes a short pass to, and that ball burns the left fielder Lee, and a stand-up double. And just as we said, he feels like he's the next one. He's pretty stinking good right now, too.
He had a hit in 2 plate appearances against Nevada. He's obviously 1 for 1 with that double. There's a strike now to Bob Frazier. No, there was no way, Lee, unless he's back on the track. That thing landed on the track.
In the blink of an eye, too.
In the blink of an eye. That's a good catch. Massachusetts went wheel play with the third baseman trying to crash. The shortstop Hutchinson was covering third, and give Callan Goodwin behind the plate a good deal of credit. That thing was destined for the backstop.
If you're going to do the wheel play, though, the first baseman needs to be crashing. Why is only the third baseman crashing?
Yep.
So if you're trying to throw the guy out at third, you should be, there's nobody to worry about at first base. You should have both corner guys crashing. The guy at second should be covering first base. Really odd that you would have the third baseman crashing and not the first baseman. Of course, now with 2 strikes, looks like they're not going to worry about it. But that, somebody's not doing their job there on the first base side of things.
So Frazier will step back in with a 1-2 count against him. Swing and a miss, and Frazier is gone. That's a big strikeout, aided by the bunt that went foul for Luke Schlatt's.
Yeah, sometimes these eliminate, really all these Little League World Series games. So many times it comes down to situational at-bats. Bob Frazier unable to get the sac bunt down. We got a pretty good stare-off going there. A little bit of a smile.
Because these kids do mingle, man. They're in the barracks together. They're in the cafeteria together. Outside on the pitch to Jack McAdams, the 12-year-old. Another multi-sport athlete. He is a soccer player. He plays basketball. And he's fluent in French, so he checks a lot of boxes. On the ground is short. That one ate up to shortstop Hutchinson. Fielded out there, and holding at third base is going to be Feltner. Let's get into it. What could Cam Hutchinson have done to make that play a little bit easier for himself?
Yeah, so to me, you got 2 choices. You either body it up or you drop step and get your eyes behind it. Watch, he kind of does neither. He doesn't body it up, but then he doesn't get his eyes behind it. So if you're going to drop step, you got to really get deep and try to get your eyes and nose behind the baseball. Watch here. You got to retreat as much as you can and make that hop as long as you can, or you just body it up and keep it in front. But at shortstop, that's a tough play if you don't catch it clean.
Keep that in front, and the runner is not advancing to third base. He's still at second, and you got to force at any base but home.
But if the goal is to get an out, yes, I don't mind the choice, but you got to execute that with a little more depth. It would have made the catch much easier.
Chance for Walker Osborne. They had a chance in the first, and they ran themselves out of it. He tried to lay a bunt down. That's a foul ball, and it's 0-2. The infield has kind of given up a run on anything put in play on the ground.
Something to remember too, Rav, is when Schlatt goes to the mound, the whole infield defense changes for Massachusetts. So typically, Schlatt is catching, and Goodwin, the catcher, is at shortstop. So it definitely changes the dynamic of this defense.
Yeah, 0-2, look out. Did that get the bat or did it get him?
It hit the bat.
Foul ball. It's almost as if he had dropped the bat and somehow it hit the bat.
Now that's about as unlucky as you can get. I mean, that ball is going nowhere, and it hits the bat and saves a run.
Saves a run. A lot of ways that could have come back into fair territory. And then we would have had all heck breaks loose. 0-2 on the ground to second. They're going to have to be quick. They get it to short, to first, no. And the run will come in. It's 1-0. Walker Osborne does what he has to do. Does lead to the question, if you're a little leaguer and you got a guy at third with less than 2, do you just play the infield in to try to maybe cut a run down?
To me, this is why you do play the infield in. Look, that's as clean a 4-6-3 as you can turn, Rav, and he's still safe. And so, you know, you allow a run without the benefit of a base hit to try to get a double play that's probably not in the cards. Because, again, if you can't turn that one, you're probably not turning it. So Massachusetts plays the middle back and ends up allowing a run.
In there to Finn Dykes. Count goes to 1-1. And again, you're not going to harp on it, but that ground ball to Hutchinson, had he kept it in front of him, had he made the play, changes the inning.
Those balls are sharply hit. It just makes you appreciate how quick the decisions have to be to make some of those plays.
Yep. Dykes on the ground to third. That one is fielded, and a high, slow throw to second. You got to hesitate there for a second, and maybe floating into the outfield. The runner from first, Osborne, might be safe, but nope, not a problem. McGough knew it. He had it whole way. Easy out for me.
Fred has been our mascot for this All-Star season.
Whenever we walk out the dugout or walk in the dugout, we always high-five him. He's just the best. Makes me smile, makes everyone smile.
Give him a little love tap and it's pretty good luck. I mean, we're here, so.
Yeah, man. There's evidence right there. Tangible evidence. We're here. Fred the Frog is with us.
I mean, that is so beautiful. These things take on a life of their own, you know.
And you guys all believe it, don't you?
Well,
baseball players believe it.
You can be convinced of a lot if things are going well. It's pretty scary. The coaches, I love the coaches. They're like, it's really annoying, but then yet they have to live with it. Right?
What are you going to do, take them away?
Yeah, exactly.
Freddy the Frog, I think we had some redeemable tickets, maybe skee ball, and then we redeem our tickets. Apparently it was Schlatt's who had the number of tickets we needed to pick up F squared. And Freddy the Frog is enjoying some shut-eye while the team plays right now.
On Easy Street. I mean.
Back to big Josiah Infante, who pitches the bottom of the second with a 1-0 lead. And that first pitch misses. 10-11-12. Callan Goodwin will lead things off. And that'll be Jude DeSimone and Cam Hutchinson, the shortstop, 2-0. You got him 1-2-3 in the first. A couple of balls on the infield and then the fly ball to center field off the bat of Mommalure.
I don't know what John Lackey was like at 12, but I get some Lackey vibes from Josiah Infante. Just a big right-hander who just kind of looks like he's ticked off at the hitters all the time.
Big Lack was a member of the Red Sox. So certainly these kids on Bridgewater know all about Lackey, or at least they've been told about him.
Like if you're going to take him out of the game, you better be real convicted because he might shoo you back to the dugout, that kind of vibe.
He'll give you a look. 2-2. The fastball's been working, not there.
Ward off the knee. Donnie called it. It didn't even blink.
Boone Treadway opting not to catch the ball. So I'm going to opt out of this one. Right back at you. Let's see.
Okay.
Yep. Smooth play by Infante, fielding his position. Good position, too, after he threw the pitch.
And we're kind of joking about that previous pitch from Boone Treadway, but it can't go unnoticed that this is a kid with minimal catching experience. Catching on the Little League Baseball's biggest stage against a kid throwing 72 miles an hour. He's making it look pretty steady for a kid who hasn't been back there much.
For sure. I think Donnie Cottle, our home plate umpire, though, would prefer if you're gonna miss one, that one is okay. But when he's throwing 72,
yes, I need you to catch it.
I need you to opt in on that. I need you to try to make the play. Catcher's obviously a very popular position, though, among little leaguers because you're involved in every play.
No doubt.
You know, and many times we cite the shortstop as being the best athlete, but man, catchers have a respect of their own that you love to give them because they want to be involved in every play. He's doing a nice job as he snags that one, which came in very hard at 94 from 60 feet 6 inches away.
Well, the ability to limit free bases is the biggest part of this game at this level. And if every time a base runner reaches, he can just get to third because of wild pitches or pass balls, offense becomes a lot easier. But if you've got a catcher back there that can lock it up and keep the ball in front of him, it can really change the game.
This is Jude DeSimone. He was the guy that gave up that walk-off shot to Rincon. He pitched really well in relief, though, of Mombler. Now he's got himself in a full 3-2 count. He also showed sportsmanship when he tipped his cap to Rincon after Rincon hit the home run. One out, bottom two, trailing 1-0. And the full count pitch. Good job by DeSimone as he earns the walk, and that is the first base runner for Massachusetts. If you'd like your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball, visit playlittleleague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you.
I think the Burke boys visited the merch shop today. So if I look a little skinnier, there's a reason for that, I think.
Back left pocket. A little light right now.
I think so.
Are they enjoying it? It's the first time the Burke boys have been here?
My wife just texted me. She said, I think they'd rather be here than Disneyland.
Is that right?
And I'd say that probably checks out.
Probably checks. Good for them, and it's great that they're here. Hutchinson looks at one at the knees, in there for a strike. Obviously, you look at Cam up there. It's not a big strike zone by any stretch of the imagination at 5 feet. But there's the line there. He does throw on cologne before every game, and it is a particular type of cologne. David Beckham cologne.
Okay, yeah.
He got on the scent of David Beckham.
That's what we call. He's trying to get that aura, right? That Beckham aura. Feel good, play good.
Smell good, play good.
That's it. And you know, I don't think Infante's ever going to be the guy that's accused of working too quickly. But as he misses the strike zone, the pace really starts to slow down. Even his windup is slow, right? And honestly, I think I kind of like that. There's a lot to sync up there with that big a body at 12 years old. I like how he takes his time. It'll be interesting to see how he transitions to having to pitch out the stretch when runners lead off as he progresses in the sport.
2-2 here to Hutchinson to the backstop, and DeSimone will head down to second base. Go back to the cologne thing as a guy that's been in clubhouses. I mean, I certainly have been in many a major league clubhouse. There is no question that's a thing. I mean, there are many a player. I remember Reggie Sanders. Remember Reggie Sanders?
Of course.
My goodness. I mean, he smelled like a counter, you know, a cologne counter.
He also looked like a male model, so that
sure
all
did.
worked.
He sure did. That's a walk, but that's a thing.
Yes, that's a thing. Again, whatever you need to do to get your vibe. I've seen guys sit in their locker and watch nothing but their own highlights, right? Just, which is similar to putting on cologne. You're trying to feel good.
Let's go from the stretch. Relax, no emotions. Go from the stretch, not missing by much. You slung it a couple times, all right? Go to the stretch, less motion, up, go, all right? You're going to get the signs from me. That way the guy at second base doesn't go anything. Got it? So, Booney, I'm going to relay it to you. You look over here, and you get the signs. Got it? Not a big deal. Let's go. All right? Relax. Get back into it. Let's go. Come on. Come on. But you play up. You play up. Yeah.
You know, the part about Great Lakes, which we talked about a little bit in touchdown, but 3 of their pitchers are ineligible today. And had they not had the game rained out and not necessarily able to play when everybody else did, they had to come back Friday morning. They went all in. Otherwise, if they played on Thursday, those kids would be eligible. At least 2 of them would have been. So that's why it's really important that they get some length out of Josiah Infante. They're a little thin on the pitching front.
Yeah, these are the guys that can't pitch today, and those are their 3 best arms. But Infante's certainly talented arm, and they feel good about Bobby Frazier at first base. He could definitely help them out too. It was a big piece of their regional trip to get here. So there is depth with this pitching staff, but definitely unfortunate that the rain delay cost them an opportunity to have a couple others available.
It's 2-0 to RJ. The outfield is incredibly shallow right now against Sackerson. And that was a close one, but a count goes 3-0. And you can kind of sense the coaching staff is aware of Josiah and, you know, the ability of him to get a little loose and wild, and then how it impacts him emotionally. 10 of the last 12 pitches he's thrown have been balls. This feels like an auto take for Sackerson.
Yeah, it might be the next 2.
So I'm not sure how many Little League coaches ask a player to take 2. Once you just took 1, certainly the energy down there from Dad was, we're ready, we go.
Okay.
He was swinging.
And that's the pitch you want to pull the trigger on.
Yep.
You're kind of keyholing him for something middle, and that's what he got right there. Just swung over the top of it.
1 out opportunity here for the team from Bridgewater, Massachusetts. And the 3-2 on the way. That is a good one right on the corner. Good pitch that time from Infante. And his body language flipped immediately after picking up that strikeout looking.
Yeah, that's a nice pitch right here. Just a good old school 4-seamer dotted down and away. Treadway does a nice job of sticking it. And the second out recorded here is Great Lakes trying to wiggle out of a jam.
The home run hitter for Massachusetts steps up. As you said in the top of the show, Gronk. This is Anthony Sullivan. His home run went to straightaway center, just right of the shrubs out there as we look at it.
Well, they're aware of it. First pitch breaking ball. We haven't seen too many breaking balls from Mr. Infante. This is about as dangerous of an 8-hole hitter as you will see in Little League Baseball.
Ton of room in left field. Kincaid, the left fielder, is playing shallow against a power hitter. That's a great pitch on the corner with some heat. That's why the center fielder Williams and the right fielder Vonderheide are shaded that way. Another one of those hard to pull, hard to get around on.
Well, his last 4 hits, baby Gronk, have all been for extra bases. In the regional, he had 2 doubles and a triple. Of course, here in Williamsport Yard, he has a homer.
3-1. Threw that one a little harder at 73 miles an hour. This is a very important plate appearance for Massachusetts, given Sullivan's abilities. And down a run. 40th pitch of the game. He's got 85 to play with. Oh, had the same reaction. That thing was sitting right there.
Big swing by Anthony Sullivan, comes up empty.
Yeah, Josiah's mom's got some anxiety for sure. That is Alicia. And a big 3-2. Another one on the corner. He freezes the last 2. Mom's excited. She can breathe a sigh of relief. We got ourselves coming up to the plate, and Josiah got us out of it.
It wasn't easy, but when Josiah Infante needed a big pitch, boy, did he deliver. Paint a little dust off the edge of that dish. Ohio gets off the field.
Welcome back. It's the top of the third inning, and we are up on the hill, and it's time for a snack. So I'm with my friends here. We got Sybil, we got Blake, we got, I'm sorry, the Burke boys are in town. We got Lucas, we got Connor, and oh my gosh, boys, girls, we got Uncrustables coming over here for the win for some snacks. Thanks, Uncrustables. I got you. I'm going to pass these out. Ooh, dig in, guys. Which one? Which flavor? Ooh, oh, grape went fast. Oh, the hazelnut. Strawberry is my favorite. Uh-oh, what about the honey? Connor, which one did you get?
Which one? The hazelnut.
The hazelnut. Are you going to share with Dad?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, Berkey. Raised him right. What about you? Wait.
Raspberry.
Raspberry. Lucas, what? Oh, Lucas is already digging in. What do you think?
Really good.
Are you going to share with Dad?
No.
Probably already be done.
Yeah, it's gone.
Sorry, Berkey. I tried.
It's all good. Those boys need the calories more than me.
Wow. What's the ball?
Santa Claus Sims up there handing out gifts.
Can I still hand yours?
Wow, I got some pins.
Very popular right now.
Okay, we in a better spot right now emotionally. Your game changer now fired up?
No.
No? Still scuffling a little bit?
That piece.
We'll get that bad boy up here. Notaro's got his just fired. Yeah, two things will attract every kid out there. A camera or Jess Sims carrying around a tray of Uncrustables and whatever else she's got in her pockets. And if it's free, it's me, man. That stuff extends. Little pin. That's valuable commodity, man.
Yes.
That is treasure right there when you get a pin. All right, Burks, we're going to the third inning here, and that first pitch comes sailing inside with Ohio leading 1-0. They got their run when Leo Feltner hit a double in the second, and he was moved around and scored ultimately on a 4-6 fielder's choice. So it's 1-0, and that one is down.
We thought we'd see a little more offense today, but both these pitchers have hung in there. Still early, but so far so good by both these right-handers.
3-0 to Zach Hilton is his 10, 11, and 12. Hilton, Caden Trent, and then Hudson Vonderheide, who will now the 12 spot. Then we get back to your guy Boone Treadway, who you talked of at the top. Hit a good hard ground ball to third, his first plate appearance. 3-0, and that is 3-1.
Pretty cool here too with Zach Hilton and his pops, who played here in '91, and now he's one of the coaches on this staff. Such a neat lineage of making it to Williams. There's not a whole lot of fathers and sons that can say they both played Williamsport.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of coaches who can say, I coached your dad, you know, and now I'm coaching you. That doesn't happen very often.
How about this? Look at old Timmy Nickteen back in the day. Chris Hilton there standing right next to him. That's pretty cool.
Now Chris is a coach on this staff. We're going to see something here with Caden Trent. Maybe a little bunt action. Nope. First pitch misses to go 1-0.
One thing Tim Nickteen told me before the game is if they think the command is starting to wane from Schlatt's, they'll put the take sign on. He said, Chris, I'm old enough, like I don't care about hurting these kids' feelings. If I think they need to take, I'm gonna put the take sign on. There was the international take sign. A lot of guys use that fist.
No more fist. 2-1.
2-1. Well, we got
there he is. But look, anybody that's been around the sport of Little League as long as he has and coached as many players as he has and dealt with as many parents as he has, you know, give him credit.
We're back to the take sign.
Here we go.
Not afraid to throw the fist up, Raph.
No. Nor are we afraid to say, hey, hey.
No
Caden,
confusion.
Talking to you. Hey, take it. Now walk.
Hey, get that back.
I think we might see a fist here.
Well, we got our last hitter here. We got a little meeting coming up here on the mound. So Luke Schlatt's has lost the strike zone a little bit, and you can't afford that in a must-win game.
Listen, right? We gotta just bring it in a little bit, right? Try to use the defense, guys, right? Any base, we're looking to get outs, right? Take a breath. Take a breath. You're all right. All right, you're good. You've been doing fine, dude. Right? Guys, it's a 1-0 game. Right? Ground ball. Step on the bag. All right, we're all right. All right, we're all right. Get behind your pitcher. Let me hear you guys cheering them on. Come on.
Accent after my own heart as a kid from Massachusetts. And we got, we lose the R's a little bit on some of the language we use, which I love. Since the start of the state tournament, Bridgewater, Joe Lazaro, that's the Little League, had gone 6-1. They'd outscored their opponent 60-20 coming in here. We are locked and loaded for a potential bunt here. And Hudson is not making any secret about what he's intending to do unless he yanks it back, but everybody just froze.
Well, and it's interesting. You got J.J. Goff at first base, Gaff, excuse me, that's playing way back there. And again, they're doing this deal where the third baseman's crashing, the shortstop's going to third, but we're not crashing at first. If you got to force out at the base here, you might as well crash your first baseman.
Ball down. Pick it up.
Interesting. I mean, I love how aggressive the third baseman McGoff's playing it. I just like to see Gaff come downhill as well. Not only is it the right play, but it makes the hitter uncomfortable.
Well, what it does is it invites the hitter to bunt it away from the kid that's 15 feet away.
Correct.
It forces him to say, I got to go that way, and there's nobody over there. Which he does.
Yes.
Beautifully. That's trouble everywhere. Safe at first. Now coming home from third. Hilton, he is safe. And the whole play worked beautifully, and a great bunt by Hudson Vonderheide to get it going. Spoke it into the truth. He saw the crashing third baseman and nobody the other way.
Yeah, I mean, again, if the first baseman's crashing right there, I think you pick it up and throw him out at third. Instead, Gaff is at first. He drops the throw. Hilton playing it aggressive. I love Tim Nichtine sending him right here. But you do have to give Vonderheide a bunch of credit. That is a beautiful bunt up the first base line.
Gets dangerous now. 2 men aboard. Boone Treadway, leadoff hitter, 2-0. First pitch says a little bit high. Man, the zone is a little tight here today relative to what we have seen. And as a result, you do get a lot of balls. You get extra pitches. And Treadway hit the ball hard his first time up.
Run it down.
Two balls, no strikes. And Schlatt's a little rattled. A couple of those were real close and not going the way that the pitcher wanted it. So we're going to send somebody down to the bullpen to start warming up. Meantime, it looks like your guy Brian Treadway has moved in. The right center field thing didn't work.
Didn't love the mojo out there.
Nope. RJ Zackerson maybe ran out there at 13. Gate malfunction, now functioning properly. Back to the game at hand on a 2-0. You know what? You can kind of feel the helium coming out of the balloon a little bit.
Yeah, Massachusetts definitely feels like they're on the ropes here.
Lands a 3-0. Got to do the same thing.
We talk about the continuous batting order, how sometimes it's hard for offenses to find momentum, but this is a dream scenario. Top of the order, nobody out, runners on the bases.
And now they're loaded. And Luke is in trouble out there on the mound, looking for a lifeline. 3 walks and a single in the inning. 1 run in, and Xander Kincaid stepping to the plate.
Feels like RJ needs to get hot quickly. Now you got to go infield in here, right? You're already down 2.
Yeah, I would think, and they've done it at the corners. They're staying up the middle there, and nobody out. Yeah, you got to bring everybody in.
I mean, I get you're at the top of the order, and some of these guys you're trying to play a little bit of range, but you're not turning a double play on Xander Kincaid. He's just too fast.
Little break there. That was a ball, but on a check swing foul, Schlatt's is ahead 0-2. Interesting here at this Little League World Series this year. We've seen a couple of these situations where there's nobody out and bases loaded, and pitchers have gotten out of those jams at least twice. Schlatt's really needs to do that here, and he will get one out on a sword. Xander Kincaid is gone. See if that buoys Luke Schlatt's a little bit.
That's 3 big pitches right there to get one of the hottest hitters in this Ohio lineup. A four-seamer that rides up in the zone. Kincaid can't put on the brakes, and there's one. It feels like almost a certainty in Little League Baseball. You get the bases loaded, nobody out, you're going to score, but we've seen it a couple times.
That's down. I'm with you. I'm still confused, even with a double play getting you out of this, why the middle infield is back. Hard to imagine that Bryson Wilson is going to get doubled up, especially after he does his traditional Mike and Ike's before batting. I mean, that is a solid way to get yourself a little extra step. Right?
A little energy boost.
3-0 and nowhere to put him, and now Luke is back listing again. Bryson Williams' grandfather started collecting cards when he was 9 and 10. He had about 150. Michael Jordan and Jackie Robinson. That's a card. That's going to be ball 4. That's going to be the 3rd run. And it may be time for Mr. Zackerson to have his son out there in right field in that bullpen. At the very least, get him back in.
Careful here now.
Yeah, the big man.
He hit 1 home run in Whitestown that was as loud as any ball that we saw all week. Just a missile into the left center field seats.
He knows what's the situation, and he rips one. Nearly got his base runner, but he didn't. 1 run is going to come in, and that's going to be it. That thing was hit so hard, it nearly clipped Caden Trent out there at second base. How in the world did he get out of the way of that?
I'm not sure. I'd love to see the exit below on this one, Rev. That is scorched.
Oh.
Just missed his foot.
Treadway out there who avoided it.
The nimble feet of Boone Treadway to get out of the way of that 1 iron. That's like a Tiger Woods stinger back up the box.
It's a dreaded knee knocker. Almost an ankle breaker. Looks like Luke Schlatt's day is done, and here comes our guy from the bullpen. We'll take a timeout. Interesting story around the kid coming into pitch. You want to hear that when we come back to Williamsport. All right, Jess, there's always the story behind the story, and as our new pitcher comes into the game, there is a big story about this kid on the mound.
There sure is, Ravi, and one that's probably the most inspiring that I've heard so far. So R.J. Zackerson was born with a TBX4 mutation, which affects bone, leg, and lung development. So currently, right now, as he's on the mound, he deals with lung disease, hypertension, and is scheduled for a foot reconstruction surgery when all of this is over on September 18th. So pregame, I got a chance to talk to both RJ and Dad, who's coaching, Coach Tim, and they said the doctors at Boston Children's Hospital are in awe of RJ and what he's been able to accomplish with this condition. We send him all the love now and in his upcoming procedure, and appreciate him sharing his story because he's touching so many that are watching.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Thank you, Jess, very much. And Boston Children's Hospital, among the best in the country and the world, and the idea that doctors there are astounded at this kid's ability to do what he is doing speaks volumes about his heart, more than his arm or any other thing that he's dealing with.
Incredible story, and even more incredible to think that he's toeing the rubber here at the Little League World Series. I mean, what a journey it has been.
And it was RJ who said to his dad, yes, I'm comfortable making this story public. And they are certainly aware that they don't want to make it an excuse, but it was RJ on the mound who said, yes, I'm comfortable talking about it, not running away, I'm not hiding from it, and God willing, I'm going to survive this thing and continue to play any sport that I want. 1 ball, 1 strike. And about as dangerous a hitter, not named Infante, as you can get. We saw Leo Feltner rocket one to left field. The outfield is playing a little deeper now. We went off speed there and nearly landed it.
Yeah. Feels like Zackerson not exactly a fireballer, so that feels like a pitch he's going to need if he's going to be able to get through the heart of this order.
And Feltner gets a 1 to hit, and he drives one left field corner over there. Lee there, running catch, tagging from third base. Treadway, he is in. Nice play out there by Tristan Lee, ranging to his right, but it's a sac fly and an RBI for Feltner to make it 5-0.
Another nice piece there by Leo Feltner, just showing us the ability to keep his arms close to his body. Watch him get inside that baseball right there. Maybe he caught it a little bit off the end of the bat. Tristan Lee does a nice job of ranging to his right and made it kind of interesting at the plate, but Treadway tags up. Ohio adds their 4th run this inning, their 5th run overall, and now Big Joe Infante takes a little breather.
Yeah, Felder's got into pinch run for him. You can do that with pitchers and catchers. A good Little League rule. And now Frazier will try to add to what's a 5-0 lead now. Good pitch there for strike 1 from Zackerson. That's what you got to do before a game. You get your mom and say, let's just rock out to some 90s tunes. And I need you, Mom, to help me with this.
We're going Pearl Jam, Nirvana?
Sure.
Like, what's the 90s du jour if Rav was DJing it?
Yeah, I would imagine when we say sort of jam out, we're probably dance party in the kitchen, right? And I think that's what we're doing. You think we're just listening in the car? Maybe both?
Maybe both? Yeah, could be some 90s hip hop in there. I mean, you never know.
That's where I'm going. Yeah, Claire's probably into some Boys to Men acting. That one gets away, going to third base. Good throw, a little bit off the bag, though, was our third baseman, McGough. Steal of a bag by Bryson Williams. And following him up to second base is Feltner, the pinch runner for Infante.
Well, it just that part of the game. I mean, 5 runs feels like a mountain to climb against Ohio, but boy, would it look a lot better than 7 walking off that field. This is an at-bat that Zackerson just feels like he has to win to keep his club with a puncher's chance here.
Yeah, we've seen stranger things on this field. So many of the games at the Little League World Series at Lombardy have been tight. Couple of walk-offs, a handful, more than a handful of games decided by 2 runs or fewer. 3-2 pitch in there, and it's spoiled and off the screen. I remember that level for you when you had the real distinction between this guy really throws hard, and then this one just doesn't throw hard, and how you had to make that adjustment.
High school was probably the biggest differentiator of that, because you could face a guy throwing 90 and a guy throwing 75.
3-2 on the ground to the shortstop. Bobbled, up with it, fires. Safe is the call. Schlatt's threw a fastball over there, but just that little hiccup may have allowed Frazier to beat it out. And we'll see that the New England team may want to take a look at it because he said we got a challenge. Let's just look at it.
Yeah, it looked like Schlatt's was going to get him, but Bobby Frazier, he quick steps it here at the end. Look how quickly he gets this last step down, Rav. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe they did get him.
Not sure he got it down in time. Quick step or not.
He keeps his feet low to the ground, and he hits the front of the base. All coaching points that you want to give a youngster, but man, that is close.
Really close. And everybody becomes an umpire. You have your first base coach umping safe. You have the base runner waving those arms safe. If the call stands, Williams would score, and it would be 6-0, as the scoreboard says, still subject to change. You know, your awareness as an infielder as to who is at the plate and the speed they have, too.
Well, and Schlatt has the arm to make up for a bobble. He just didn't quite finish that catch, but then he was really good at barehanding and making as strong a throw as possible. This is one of those that you wonder if you just defer to the call in the field. I mean, it is what the umpires would call a banger.
Yeah, I thought that first replay was you were like, ooh, I'm not sure. I think the first replay made it look more like he was out. The second one kind of cast a doubt on it. This one right here, glove, foot still up.
Yeah, and it's when the glove moves, right? Is that when we define a catch, when the glove moves?
It's moving there. I mean, it's closing now.
Yeah, you're right. So I think he's out, Rav.
And like you said, you know, 5 is a lot easier. This one feels a little closer because now it's on the bag, and it looks like the ball's still kind of floating in there. Like that's too. Look, this is above my pay grade.
Yes, and this is where one of those, to me, like once you've looked at it for this long, call in the field.
Okay. You sort of got a time limit. You're big into the time limit.
I am.
You want to move things along.
Well, I mean, if you can't change your mind in 60 seconds, you've seen 2 or 3 looks.
Yep.
And the app gives you, you know, some good insight. Love where his head's at.
I'd like it even more if he had a little earphone in there and he's listening to the broadcast. Yeah.
He would know that we're pretty lost.
he would rest assured that they don't know what they're talking about up there. So let's just see what happens down here on the field.
But it is a huge call because this inning would stay alive. It would be at 6.
Yeah. Instant replay, still work in progress as far as just sort of how quickly we can get the definitive answer. And the truth is, there may not be a definitive answer. And in that case, you defer to the call on the field, which in this case is safe at first base. All right, as we wait, and I keep my eye on the officials, a reminder, Little League Classic action is here. The Braves, the Brewers face off tomorrow night in Williamsport, 7 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN and streaming on the ESPN app. Well timed. Here comes the call. Safe is the call. Yeah, as you said, deferred to it. They do get the 6th run and good speed. And as you said, teachable moment for Little Leaguers. Frazier didn't high step it. He low stepped it in there.
Yeah, don't jump at the base. Keep your front foot low to the ground. Hit the front edge of the base. It's your quickest path to the bag.
And now Jack McAdams with runners at first and third. See if they get any play going here. And they go straight down to second, and we stop, and then we throw to the pitcher. So now 2 more are in scoring position.
Well, yeah, now not being off the field, you start, that run rule starts to become.
Yeah, it starts to creep in.
I know we're just in the 3rd, but you start thinking about Ohio's got a chance to get to 10.
Well, now they're going to get to 7, that's for sure, and it is 7-0 is sliding in safely. Is Feltner the pinch runner?
We need them all.
Spoken like a guy that's been around Little League for a long time.
As many runs as you can acquire.
Moving all the way to third base is the speedy Frazier. And McAdams gets one and golfs it out of play.
Oh, goodness. Look at the cheeks on that one. The Little League gear is beautiful.
So good. So good. Good job, Mama. 1-2 and another one that's going to go screen. Anything you've observed that you've liked about the Little League play so far this year, whether it be pitching or hitting or fielding, anything that stands out to you?
Yeah, I think the breaking balls have been impressive. I think we always see some velocity, right? Guys throwing between 72 and heck, even yesterday, somebody from Panama hit 80. But I think the pitchability of some of these big arms is what's blown me away.
Uh-oh, look out, here he comes, and it's 8-0. Like a little cross up there between Zackerson and Goodwin. And now to your point, the old 10-run rule starts to really enter the picture. And these, unfortunately for Massachusetts, are just mistakes. You know, you saw the Hutchinson error out there at shortstop. A couple of wild pitches that looked like a mistake. A cross up ended up being a pass ball. But now the bases are empty. And McAdams, he's looking at a 2-2 count.
Yeah, you got to get to 15 to run rule it after 3, but it is 10 after 4. And so Ohio has certainly put themselves within striking distance of that. Massachusetts going to have to pull off some sort of crazy comeback here to get back in this ballgame. Still, they do still have plenty of at-bats, though.
All right, we're straightening it out a little bit. We've got one over the roof. We got one high off the screen, and now we got one a little lower off the screen.
He's proven that he can pull the baseball.
He's trending in the right direction. A great crowd here too, Berkey, as they get set for the second game between California and Phoenix City, Alabama. If you haven't seen Kinley Rasmus, she's a phenomenal player with bloodlines that go MLB deep. This one is to center field, shallow. The wind's got it, but a nice running catch by Jackson Morin as he comes in, leaves the hat. Baumler will pick that up for him and hand it off. And yeah, in an 8-0 game, it is a little bit more time now to go and hit the hill. Back to ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series. It's presented by T-Mobile. Pause. Game Changer, the official scorekeeping technology partner of the Little League World Series. Coach smarter, connect live and replay the action on Game Changer. It's the #1 youth sports app. Live the game like never before.
Thanks for coaching us up there.
Pause.
Yes.
Graphic. Read.
Love it.
Little League, you're always teaching. Always trying
Fundamentals.
to teach. Yeah. All right, Berkey. So Infante's sitting here at 41 pitches. Team's got an 8-0 lead. This is a team in the losers side of things.
Yep.
So the quicker you can get somebody back, the better off you are. The next threshold for him will be 50. Caden Trent is now the catcher. Feltner's gone to third base. Your guy Boone Treadway is at shortstop. And it's been a while since Josiah's been on the mound. The last time we saw him, remember, he struck out the last 2 that he faced. Yeah, so 50 pitches, you'll only need 2 days rest. And I would think that's exactly what their plan would be.
Yeah, that would make sense. And you talked about the defensive switches. Caden Trent has been their traditional catcher. Tip of the cap to Boone Treadway, though. He was solid back there.
He was really solid, and you could see the athleticism. I mean, there were some balls down and away that he was able to snare. It'd be real interesting to see if Boone Treadway is approached like, how'd you like it? You know, what'd you think about catching?
Well, for a kid that is their ace pitcher and loves having the ball in his hand, I'm certain he enjoyed it.
I think so, yeah. There's a couple of kids here who are hockey goalies that catch as well. You understand sort of the blocking of the ball mentality. 2-2.
You know, my dad and my brother were both catchers.
Were they?
And my dad didn't want me to catch. And
why?
I could run, and he was worried it was going to beat up my knees and whatever. So I used to always beg the coach to let me catch because, you know, your dad and your brother were catchers. You wanted to catch when I was young. And the guy would never let me catch whenever my dad was around. And so I played in a game once where my parents had like a dinner function and weren't there.
No, and you caught.
And I talked to coach and they had to leave their dinner function, Rev, because I ended up in the emergency room. Because it turns out you shouldn't reach the glove into the zone before the hitter has decided if he's going to swing or not.
So you got whacked on the back of your hand.
And as you can imagine, I never caught again. That was it.
He has done it now 3 consecutive hitters. He feasts on that outside corner, and a good pitch there from Infante. 47 pitches.
He rung the lawnmower up there too on that one. He's found a little swagger here in the latter part of his outing.
J.J. Gaff now next up. He is the 10th hitter in the order. They have yet to get a hit. They've had 2 base runners, both reached via the walk. I would say as a kid who grew up using like an A2000 glove, which was clearly way too big for my tiny hand. When I had a buddy who had a first baseman's mitt, I thought it was the greatest thing that I've ever tried. I love the first baseman's mitt. And then somebody got me a catcher's glove, and then I fell in love with the catcher's glove. I thought the catcher's glove was the coolest thing. I would just play catch with the catcher's glove, partly because of the pop that the ball made when it hit it. I love that. But the first baseman's glove made you feel like you can't miss a ball.
Sure.
And then the catcher's mitt was great.
Did you actually put the tools of ignorance on, or just enjoyed the mitt?
I regret it. Yeah,
okay.
I kind of regret it. I did like it. No, I was sort of a hot corner guy, and that was almost sort of enough to dissuade me from playing baseball. Because, of course, the fields, man, you get some rockets and bad hops out there. Called strike 3, and the lawnmower is back.
Yes.
Cut some grass, Josiah Infante.
Rev it up, big fella. We're starting to see some smiles, and there's the pitch threshold. We're going to see him exit the ball game, but what a heater to finish on. Here we go right here. This is a good look at it. Rev up the lawnmower. Yes, sir.
You got to stand him. All right, you're going to go back to first. Bob, you're going to right field.
So again, with the team coming out of the elimination side, up comfortably 8-0. Infante throws 51 pitches. Will require just 2 days of rest. Mom and Dad delighted by what they just saw. And because he's prone maybe to starting a lawnmower, there may be a chance to say, you know what, you like doing that so much? You cut the grass when we get home, son. I like where you're at. Coming up next over on ESPN right here, Tokyo, Japan, and the Dominican Republic. You could argue that that could be a game you'd see later in the week on the winner's side. Japan and the Dominican have both lost today. Clearly, it's not impacting the way that the kids from the Dominican Republic are thinking. Of course, baseball runs in the veins of both of those teams. Follow the amazing kids. They experience their own Little League World Series adventure. Download the Little League World Series app and watch highlights. See the photos. Find out the schedules and more available in the app stores for Apple and Android devices. Chris Burke, Carl Ravitch, Jess Sims. Joe McCoy calling the shots today is our producer. He, of course, the author of the great Landry Laundry line that people around the country still buzzing about.
A phenomenon, one would say.
Yeah, it was. Certainly the McCoy family was all about it, saying, way to go, Dad, heard your name on TV, and that was funny.
A lot of ways to get famous in this world, Carl.
They sure are. We got a new pitcher, Leo Feltner. We may have a new pitcher for Massachusetts in the next half. Yeah, we figured out the lock system out there, so it's quick to get in and out. Anthony Sullivan's got 3 baseballs in his right hand. And Calvin McGuff looks at one inside. 2 down, bottom 3, 8-0 Ohio. Winner lives to play another day and will return after tomorrow and have to win 4 days in a row. Nice play, Leo. Okay, and there's Josiah over there to stretch.
That's 3, boys.
That's it. And our guy has not had much time to warm up either. It's all coming apart right now. Baseball World Series. It's presented by T-Mobile. The Little League World Series hits different with T-Mobile. Chris Burke in town right now watching Josiah Infante and Fuego Infante, the way he dominated there, striking out 4 in a row before handing the ball off to his good friend Leo Feltner.
We get the scuba going on. Okay. Little Cam Ward action.
The celly that we've seen across the country, that and tarps out, kind of the rage right now. Oh, we got it up. Cardboard live. That's pretty impressive to go 2 across a little piece of cardboard.
The mud is almost completely dried up.
Yeah, we shut down the mud runway. We have shut that down. We've got gates up there. It's a disincentive to try to get down there. No longer available. Runway 7 has been closed. So Walker Osborne bats for the 2nd time, and between he and Finn Dykes, Hilton, Caden Trent, and then Vonderheide, we will get it back to the top of the order. They will hit then Treadway for the 3rd time. There is a player on Massachusetts who hasn't batted yet.
That is a great illustration of how many base runners Ohio has had relative to Massachusetts.
You think your guy is down there at third base, Tim, looking to just get on and get out of here, get some runs, see if we can shut him down? We're taking.
Yes, and I think, to his defense.
Who's up next?
Why wouldn't you? Finn Dykes, coach.
Yes, he's making sure everybody's ready in the dugout. But to his defense, to make it back from losing game one, you got to save pitching.
Yeah.
So if you can get out of here in less than 6 innings, that has to be the plan.
Right? Now we might be bunting third base side. You hear me? Till you get a strike right now.
And there it is. Till you get a strike right now. So RJ's on the mound here, and we need him to throw a strike. Can't quite tell what Donnie Cottle's move is, because it looks like he's kind of getting into the position to call the strike, but not. So he kind of pulls the string on that. Looks like Sarah's taking pictures of Finn.
Whoa. Tight one right now, Rev.
I'm not quite sure where that ball was, that it wasn't a strike. But in any event, 2-0 to Dykes, whose mom Sarah and Ben are out there watching. There you go. Now, we've had some interesting ones. Our guy Joseph Tigner's down there at third base. Last night, man, I couldn't quite get my head around it. He would bark the call, but then there would be a pause, and then there would be the move. Boy, would he stay in the batter's box? A good bunt. Throw is not in time. He crept up in the batter's box, and then the Finster might have put the brakes on. Did you see what I saw? Did he stop?
Yes. Well, watch Calvin McGough. Watch where he starts there at third base. And Finn Dykes sees it, sniffs it out. Now, he does get a good jump on it. Like, give him credit. He's coming downhill here. But as you said, Rav, he stops. He catches that thing full speed and then chooses to stop, loses all his momentum, takes a little longer, and that's a bunt base hit.
Look at Hilton. He goes square.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Finn was already halfway to second base. He didn't necessarily recognize that Zach didn't put the bunt down. I was more wondering about Finn Dykes, who bunted it. He moved all the way up in the box. I think he put his foot on the batter's box line. Another one. Yeah, they're playing for a couple here. If they can get 2 in, they get to the magic number of 10. And then if they can hold Massachusetts without a run, this game would be over in 4 innings. But they still got to score a couple. At the bottom of the order. There's been a lot of action from McGough down there.
Perfect position now for Ohio to capitalize on a chance to shorten this ball game.
Caden Trent, there have been 14 walks that this Great Lakes team, it's part of coach's philosophy. If look, they're going to throw strikes, then we'll take them. They have been walked 14 times. They've got 12 hits. And I'm sure they're still kicking themselves at the way the game ended yesterday. Man, they had a lead late. Yeah. They were up 5-2 in the bottom of the 4th and couldn't close the deal.
Had some defensive plays. I was talking to them before the game. They had some defensive plays they really wish they had back. And that's just the way it goes. They manage the game from a pitching perspective to try to win that one because they know how important it is to win that first one, and it just didn't go their way. The bats went cold. They, maybe some decisions they wish they would have handled differently on the defensive side of things, and they lose a heartbreaker. But a pretty nice bounce back in this one.
Yeah.
2 balls, no strikes.
Caden Trent's a kid after Tim Kirkshin's heart. He drinks a pregame Mountain Dew. That's the drink of choice. Coming in from third base, and there is no play at home to make it 9. Yeah, that's the biggest concern right now, is the inability to throw strikes, and then the worry that the ball goes to the backstop. That 10th run is Finn Dykes down there at third base.
Hey, no outs, right? Tag on a fly, going on the ground. And if it's to the pitcher, stop and get back.
I thought we had 1 out.
The catcher? Read it. Is it by the catcher?
Somebody remind Coach.
Look out. That is no catcher. There's no pitcher, I should say, on the plate to cover. And that's ball 4, and there is the 10th run. Now, Massachusetts will get an opportunity to bat, obviously, in the bottom of the 4th, but they're going to need to score at least a run. Here comes father to son.
Don't cry. Hey, you can't. You can't. You can't. Let me see the ball. Hey, you did a good job. All right? You did a good job. All right, go take a blow. Go take a blow. All right, hey, you did fine. Don't be upset. All right, you're out in the Little League World Series. That's awesome. All right, hang your head up high. Go take a blow. Come on.
If you want perspective and context about the irrelevancy of what's going on here after what Jess shared with us and RJ's story and the physical challenges that he is dealing with, yeah, there's no need for tears. You hold your head up high, son. You've done some things that most people wouldn't even think about doing. We'll take a timeout. Sullivan's on the mound. It's a 10-0 game in South Williamsport. Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Back to the ESPN coverage of this Little League World Series presented by T-Mobile. Big boys are in town tomorrow. Little League Classic action is here one more time. First place teams, the Braves and the Brew Crew, face off in Williamsport. 7 p.m. Eastern time on ESPN, streaming on the ESPN app. Early wake-up call for the ESPN crew, who has worked diligently, tirelessly, proudly to present this Little League World Series to you. 9 a.m. tilt tomorrow. Lombardy, then again at 1 o'clock on ABC. Washington and Nevada. Boy, 9 a.m. is a little bit early on the body clock for a team from Washington and Nevada. And then Iowa, New Jersey, Curacao, South Korea on ESPN. Braves, Brewers, MLB Little League Classic on both ESPN and ESPN2. All right, Sullivan is now the pitcher, and he throws one wide. We have one out. We're in the 4th. Mizorowski and Sale pitched yesterday against each other, and the Miz was able to win that one, and he didn't have his best stuff. Only a couple times scratched 100.
Last couple starts, the K's have
come down a little bit.
6, I think, in each of his last 2 starts.
But an ERA of Bob Gibson-esque. What is it, 168?
Yeah, I can't think of 2 young pitchers the way that Mizorowski and Skeens have come in and just dominated the league.
And Skeens, the problem with what they did to start is the bar is so high. Like the idea that there's any regression, even temporary, it's like, what's wrong with him? I think of the reasons that you and I would lose sleep at night. Paul Skeens is not going to be on that list.
He'll be all right. And again, like you said, the bar, it's a career sub-2 ERA. So when he has a tick under 4, people will think the sky's falling.
Swing and a miss there, and that is strike 3 to Hudson Vonderheide. But we will hear from Jacob Mizorowski, who's going to join us in the booth at 1 o'clock on ABC. It's like he's just not far removed from Little League baseball age. He's just not.
Love to hear him tell his story about being a later bloomer and then literally becoming the hardest throwing starting pitcher on the planet.
On the planet. You know, what the Brewers will tell you as we get set to watch the Brewers and Braves tomorrow night is this is a pitcher who is maturing in front of our eyes, who can do it without throwing 102. And did that really well yesterday.
Stay in there. Stay in there.
Front runner for the National League Cy Young Award.
But I think all those guys, the young one, fireballers especially, once they start answering the bell every 5th day, a couple years in a row, they start wanting to pitch a little more.
Yes.
It's the major leagues is a grind to take the ball every 5th day, and the thought of striking out 12 to 14 dudes every time out, it's not realistic.
No, I think we can both relate to that.
Yes.
We're over that.
I mean, you don't hit it 320 every drive, right? Some days are better than others.
Take out that till 5 wood and let's peel a slice down them just to get in the fairway.
That's right.
I don't need to go Rory every time we tee it up. But for Massachusetts and all the teams that exit stage left here, man, what a summer that they have experienced through all their sectionals and regionals and state tournaments. The bonding, the friendships, I think that's arguably the greatest part of the Little League experience for the kids is they will never forget playing with kids that you grew up with, like your town kids, as opposed to other types of teams for youth baseball. This is about where you live and who you go to school with and who you hang out with before and after school and who you're playing with through high school. It's a great experience, and they wouldn't trade it for the world.
Who you've been with since you were 7, 8 years old, and the time spent on the road and the high intensity level of the games, because the difference with this Little League deal is there is no next tournament. This is it.
Yeah. Yep. For the 12-year-olds, for sure.
That's why I'm a big fan of this kind of model. It mimics high school baseball. There's one end of the year tournament. You either win it or you go home, right? And same way in college baseball, Major League Baseball, a regular season builds to one postseason tournament.
Yeah, popped up center field. Morin has been really good out there, and he's there to make the play. They got to score at least a run to keep that journey we're talking about going. Bridgewater, Mass comes to the plate when we return. Team Japan making their way down to Volunteer Stadium for the biggest game of their summer, an elimination game, as they get set to deal with the Dominican Republic. Jessica Mendoza and Flava Frage, who's back in the house, will be with me at 7 Eastern time. You're on ESPN for California and Alabama. Great Lakes looking to extend their stay here as a team still in title contention. They got a 10-0 lead. Our guy Leo Feltner is on the mound. Little League rules. when it's 10 runs and it's the 4th inning, that will do it. So Feltner gets the ball. He gets a lot of love from his teammates out there. And we are getting set for the bottom of the 4th inning. Eamon Hines will bat for the first time.
That is wild.
Isn't that wild? Inside, they do not have a hit. They've got 2 guys that have reached, both via the walk. Jude DeSimone made it to second base. That was as far as he got. And other than that, they have struck out 4 times. They put it in play, and the defense has been up to it. And they got another chance here, and a short hop fielded cleanly by Walker Osborne. 1 out.
And to me, if you're Leo Feltner, this is not pitching in a 10-0 game. You should have the mindset of a 1-0 save right here. Like, you're all in to get off the field. Number one, you keep your eligibility live for.
Yep.
Obviously, they don't play till Monday, but still, you keep your pitch count limit down. But you don't want this game to go another inning. You got to treat this with the intensity of a save situation.
Priority 1 for a kid out there is strikes.
That's right.
There's 1.
Ball.
1-1.
And if you're Massachusetts, to get back to the top here is to feel like you have some hope. Morin, of course, is the consummate table setter for this group.
On the corner.
Been batting leadoff since he was 9 years old. Very, very comfortable. The guy that they've put in the top of the order for a long time. Back to what we were talking about, these groups sticking together for so long.
That ball is touched to center field, ranging over there and making it look simple. Is Bryson no relation to Bernie Williams, but he certainly made it look a little Bernie Williams-esque out there in center field, the great Yankee.
That effortlessness, yeah.
Gliding.
Yes.
A glider. By the way, Jackson Moore, who hit that ball, hit it really well. He said he wants to become an accountant because he believes he'd make a lot of money. But he's also a kid that tree skis. Do you know what that is, how risky tree skiing is?
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's not on a traditional, run on a mountain. You go through the trees. You carve your own path.
Okay.
Think dirt bike.
Yeah.
Going through the woods, except you're on skis and snow, and you can't really see some of the stumps and things.
Kind of a daredevil type.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Last chance. It's our guy that started this thing, Luke Schlatt's.
And Mombler on deck. So if you're Ohio, you do not want to see him strut to the plate.
Slow roll to third. McAdams across the diamond to do it. And the Great Lakes stays alive. They win it by a final of 10-0. They do not allow a hit. And it ends in 4 innings, ending the summer for the team from Braintree, Massachusetts. Just the second no-hitter in the state's history. And for a coach that has seen just about everything, he'll take it any way he can get it.
Westside Little League has been here more than any Little League in the history of Little League baseball, and they will hang around a few more days. They've earned themselves a chance to play on Monday, and UMass, it was a heck of a summer, boys. Keep your heads held high. You gave the folks back home so much to cheer about.
Yeah, back home to root on the Red Sox, who are in playoff contention all of a sudden, and start to think about football in the fall. Get those books and studies on, but man, you deserve it. Standing ovation from the folks on the first base side who've been behind these kids the entire run here. We'll take a look at our bracket right now with Ohio staying alive with a 10-0 victory. They will get the kids from Boerne, Texas, a bit of a surprise loser, and Pennsylvania will get the winner of our game tonight between California and Alabama. All right, Sims.
Josiah, congratulations. What was it like pitching a combined no-hitter at the Little League World Series?
It was awesome. There was so many things that were so cool about it, and I'm really happy about doing that.
What was one memory that stands out?
Throwing 3 balls straight and then going back and throwing 3 strikes to strike him out.
Woo, we all remember that. That was so good. Now take us back, because yesterday you guys unfortunately lost. You had a quick turnaround. What did coaches say to get you guys ready for today?
Nothing really. We just got to learn from our mistakes and get better at them.
Now, your dad is a former baseball player. What's he going to say to you about your performance today?
He's going to say it was really good. All around.
All around?
Yeah.
Amazing. Congratulations. Go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
Yeah, rip that court, man. Get that lawnmower running. And he's right. There was a period between the second inning where he struck out the last 2, and then the first 2 in the third, in which we were revving up the Toro, baby. We are cutting some blades. Good job by that team. Berkey, enjoy the night with the family. Thanks very much for being here. We'll see Frazier and Mendoza tonight for our next game here. And we'll see the kids from California. I'm Carl Ravitch. We're going to send it up to the top of the hill. That is where Lowell Galindo is. Lowell.
Carl, thank you so much. Here with Devin Travis, and we all know hitting is really, really hard, especially when dudes are throwing cheddar from 46 feet away, which is the case in Little League Baseball. Devin, Josiah Infante, Leo Feltner with a combined no-no, the third that we've seen since we started this Little League Baseball World Series on Wednesday. So pitching dominating the headlines, and it dominated for Ohio as they stave off elimination for at least another day. Lowell Galindo here with Devin Travis, who played here in Williamsport in 2003. What'd you think of the boys from Ohio?
Well, first off, everything starts with pitching in the postseason, and they delivered today. I mean, to think about the fact that there's been three no-hitters already here in Williamsport. It's unbelievable. I was so impressed, though, by the bounce back. They lose 6-5 to Nevada. They were winning in that game 3 times, gave up 3 different leads. To be able to respond like that today, just 5 hits, 9 walks, but a patient approach and just a complete performance today.
And speaking of the bounce back, that's going to be the storyline for Japan, because not only are they trying to bounce back from a loss, they were one of the teams that got no hit. Curacao was able to no-hit the Japanese All-Stars. They're all business. They've got the bow in, locked in, ready for the Dominican Republic coming up in about 17 and a half minutes on ESPN.